Have you ever heard someone talk about positioning your brand and had no idea what they were talking about? If so, you are in the right place. I'm going to explain why brand positioning is one of the first things small business owners should be thinking about. Let's talk about it. What up, y'all? I'm Liz Marie. I am a brand strategist and creative director, and I help women and BIPOC-owned brands overcome chaos, grow their brand, and basically just level up and be badass. That's pretty much it. We're talking brand positioning today. I want you to imagine that you are on the hunt for the perfect bottle of wine for a special occasion. You go to this public market where every single stall is packed with bottles of wine. They're all wine cellars. And you're looking and there's just hundreds and hundreds of options, and every seller is trying to get your attention and tell you why their wine is better, and it's loud and like busy and crowded, and there's a million things to look at, and you're just so overwhelmed that it feels impossible to make a decision, let alone find the perfect bottle. That's pretty much what business is like for your customers. For every purchase that they make, they have countless options, and it can be really hard to choose and really overwhelming. In fact, that's one of the reasons that people often just go with the big brand name that's really familiar, because it seems like they can trust it since it's big, and it's just too overwhelming to make a different choice sometimes. So how do you compete with the big brands? For your business to be successful, you need to get your customers' attention. You need to stand out in a crowded market. That's what brand positioning is. It's the unique space that you occupy in this market that makes you stand out. In fact, when you hear someone talk about finding a gap in the market, that's exactly what they mean. Think of it like a sweet spot. Here's the framework that I like to use. You want to find the sweet spot between what is true to yourself, what is really relevant to your customers' needs, and what is differentiated from your competitors. Let me say that again. It needs to be true to who you are, like something you are actually good at or something you actually do in your business. It needs to be something your audience, your customers actually give a shit about. If you are really good at something that they don't care about, it doesn't really matter. So you need to have something that's true to who you are that they actually care about. But even more than that, it also needs to be something that your competitors aren't also really good at. You're trying to find what you do that is different from your competitors in a way that your customers really, really care about. That is what is going to make you stand out. Now, there are so many different ways to do this, but there are some common tactics that you see time and time again. The first one is price. So price can be a huge differentiator, whether that's on the luxury side or on the cheap side. An example of this is Walmart or Subway with $5 footlongs. They are providing a unique value to their customers through their price. And their customers are most likely going to be people who genuinely care about that. So money is a big consideration for them. They're very budget conscious. Another example is quality, or even results in the case of a service-based business. An example of this that you see all the time is luxury cars like a BMW. In fact, their tagline, I think, is the ultimate driving machine. So they're trying to say that they have such higher quality that you're gonna have that much better driving experience, or it's gonna last longer than their competitors. So if quality is something that's important to you, you are going to pick a BMW, basically. Another common approach is customer service. A great example of this is Nordstrom. They're renowned for their customer service. And for people who like to shop and want that hands-on experience of someone helping them find the right piece, they are so renowned for their service experience. And for someone that really values that wants the help while they're trying to find the perfect piece, or wants the return policy, or that just extra mile when they're shopping, that's gonna be really valuable, and it's gonna make them stand out from a different department store. Another example is convenience. This can apply to a lot of things, but the first to come to mind for me was Amazon or Amazon Prime. For someone that doesn't have a lot of time, getting something the next day or not even having to think about it is really valuable. And so they know exactly who their customer is, and they filled that need within the market that people weren't doing. Another example is uniqueness or innovation. And you hear about innovation all the time. It's like said over and over again. I don't know how many companies are actually really innovative, but people try to use it as a point of differentiation. So an example might be Tesla. Their position is electric cars for people who want to be cool, basically. They're the cool electric car. And clearly it's been very successful because there are people who want that high-end experience, who care about the style and how it looks, and the status, but still are environmentally conscious. And so they filled that gap in the market. So when you are creating your own brand position, you're trying to figure out what gap are you filling? What need is out there that your customers care about that your competitors aren't hitting that you can fill? Or what do you do that's really special that other people don't do that is actually meaningful to your customers? First, you have to identify who your target audience is. I have a whole video on finding your niche, but you want to be pretty specific about who you help. And often you'll see this stated as like a problem statement. So for people who have this problem, or for people who need this thing, and that's who you serve. You serve people with that specific need. Second, you want to look at your competitors. You can't be sure that you're different from your competitors if you don't know what they're doing or what they're good at. And for small businesses, this can be really hard. It can be really hard to compete with bigger companies. So that's why sometimes niching and being really, really specific with your target audience is effective, because you can deliver to a specific segment of the audience and they're maybe going more broad because they're a bigger brand. But either way, you may still have some point of differentiation, something you can do way better than even the biggest companies out there, and you want to be really clear on what that is. And so once you've looked at those competitors, you need to figure out what makes you unique. And that can be really anything, but it just needs to be something that is actually important to your customers. Here's an example. Maybe you have a really cool office, or you allow dogs in your workspace. Maybe that's cool or unique, but like your customer doesn't care. That's not gonna make them wanna buy your stuff more than the next company. So it has to be true, but it also has to be relevant. Once you have identified those key elements, you can create what's called a brand positioning statement. Now, this isn't really used in your marketing or like on your website, but it can be really helpful for yourself, or even in a business plan or a pitch deck, to make sure that you understand your own brand. Here's the fill in the blank Mad Lib style structure of a brand positioning statement. And then I'll read you an example. For your target market with this target market need, your brand name provides, insert main benefit that differentiates you. Unlike other companies in your industry, your brand, and then insert a reason why they should believe that you are different. So you are adding your target audience, the need they have, you're filling in the blank with your brand name, you're adding the main differentiator that you have, you're filling in what business or industry you're in, and why they should believe that differentiator. Here's an example from Coca-Cola. For individuals looking for high quality beverages, Coca-Cola offers a wide range of the most refreshing options. Each creates a positive experience for the customer when they can enjoy a Coca-Cola brand drink. Breaking that down, the target audience and target audience need were individuals looking for high quality beverages. And the differentiating factor was that they have refreshing options that create a positive experience. The second sentence is, unlike other beverage options, so that's where you insert the industry or the business that you're in, Coca-Cola products inspire happiness and make a positive difference in customers' lives. And the brand is intensely focused on the needs of its customers. So that last part is the reason why you should believe that they're different. Now, I don't know if that's really true. That sounds a little bit like some branding BS to me, but that's what they landed on. That the reason that you should believe they're different is because they inspire happiness, positive experiences, and that they care more about their customers. It's their statement. But you can see how you can use this structure to identify the key ideas about your brand and what's really gonna make you unique and set you apart in a crowded market. So like I said, this is really essential to the foundation of your brand. It's one of the most important things you need to start with to make sure that you are going to be successful. Drop me a comment and let me know how it goes. And until next time, stay badass. All right, y'all, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down there. And check me out at Liz Marie Strategy or LizMarieStrategy.com.